Hello Aries, thank you for coming to my channel. If you're new to the channel, I hope you enjoy the reading. It's a general reading, so aspects of it may apply to you, or it could apply to somebody that you're close to at this time. I work with the 12 houses of the zodiac, astrology cards, goddess guidance, and destiny cards. If you would like a private reading, then please can you go to my website. All the information is on there. And you can email me from there, choose your reading, and then I will get in contact with you. Okay, so let's start the reading here now. Aries for this month, for the month of September. First house. First house deals with the aspects of the self. So that will be everything to do with your physical body and all your self-interests, what you're trying to do in this life, the direction you're moving in, and all your self-oriented interests. So we'll get to that now. Let's just do the goddess guidance quickly. So we have first house and we have Cancer so far. Let's see what book. There we go. Alright, so we have Dana, High Priestess, coming in. There are only 12 cards in this to deal with, so we've got to see what comes out. We have the 7th house, which is the house of partnerships. Now we go to the astrological guidance. The air element coming in for you. That's under 7th house. So these are all interrelated. As I pull them out, then a picture starts to emerge. Let's go to the goddess guidance now. White Tara, sensitivity. We have the last house now coming up, the last area of interest for you. We have first house, 7th house. Let's see what the 3rd house will be. The 9th house. 9th house deals with quite a variety of things, travel being one of them, international travel, but it can also be the house of faith, the house of intuition, the house of higher education, and philosophy, religion, any kind of belief system. So that's why it's got faith written there, because that does come up. as well. It has many sides to it, so let's just see what comes up. Okay, we've got solar eclipse coming in there for you. Let's see what the goddess guidance says. Solar eclipse usually is some kind of big shift, like a revolution really. So possibly your beliefs are changing or something to do with that, or you may be going on a trip of some kind. Okay, Aphrodite and the goddess. Okay, we have bottom of the goddess deck is Diana, focused intention. And the void of course moon missing, which is the bottom of the astrological deck. I'll do a destiny card reading at the end of this reading. Okay, so we have first house, 7th house, 9th house. We have Cancer, Dana, High Priestess. We have White Tara, which is sensitivity. And we have air element. We have Aphrodite, which is inner goddess. And then we have solar eclipse, revolution. Okay, so it looks to me like with the first house, this covers everything to do with the body, as I said. So this can be your everything to do with your self-oriented interests, your actual physical body, your physical regime. Perhaps you're exercising more, or you want to exercise more, and so on. But it's also how you meet the world, how you actually project yourself outwards. So what people see when they see you, your characteristics, your personality, but also what you are projecting in any one time. So so it's how people perceive you. That is the first house as well. But it's also your your personal hobbies, your interests, and so on. And your appearance also comes in with the first house as well. But it's also your personal independence, how you meet the world, how you go forward into the world in any given situation. So now what it's saying here is you've got Cancer, I feel. So this this is indicating that possibly, because it's a cyclical card, that you may be affected by the moon. So the moon's phases and so on may be having an effect on you. So, track new moons, full moons, and so on. And of course, any eclipses, see if that, what that comes up for you. But it's also about your emotions, your moods, your habits, and so on. So it's possible that your the way you have been living your life, or your habits, or your moods and your emotions are revolving around the moon, but your actual habits, your day-to-day physical activity, and also your your perhaps particular routines around certain things that you like to do. But just remember, this is all self-oriented because it is the first house. So you may need to update those or change those or adapt those according to what it is that you're doing now in your life, the way you are moving. And there's a change of direction coming in here, or some kind of shift going on. So you may have to rearrange your habits, your daily routines, and so on, your health regime, perhaps your physical regime, your exercise regime. All of that it looks like it's going through some kind of change because, as I said, with the moon, there's a cyclical change going on. It's also about your mood. So possibly you may just have to, take time out periodically to just withdraw, retreat, do a lot of self-care. You've got Aphrodite self-care here already. So self-care is going to be very, very important for you. Just retreat, spend time on your own, in your own company, and that will help to rebalance your emotions and any tiredness you may be feeling. And there's a lot of energy sort of shifting and changing in our world at the moment, and all of us are going through different phases, and sometimes you just feel incredibly tired and you need to withdraw and actually just reorientate yourself. So it could be about that as well. It's also about what you're projecting to others. So you may be coming across as a little bit moody or a little bit touchy to others. So just be aware of that. And if you find that you are slipping off into that, then, take time to honor your emotions, retreat, spend time in your own company, and do things that make you feel good. With the Cancer card, it's also very much about domestic issues. So this can be about family, your home, everything to do with that. So there could be perhaps you're required to put a lot of energy into something in your home life, or home issues are coming up, or family related issues are coming up. And you've got to deal with those and sort them out. It may be draining you a little bit of energy, or you may have to really be compassionate, understanding, nurturing, all of those things. You may have children at this time. There may be a lot of pressure. It's also about memories, looking back. So all of us are shifting incredibly fast at the moment into what is basically a new world. So we create it as we go along. And you can take your wisdom, your knowledge, and your almost like hindsight from the past, from your memories and so on, but you can't live there. You can only take what is important and take that forward with you. So try not to get stuck in nostalgia or emotional reverie that you can't seem to come out of. All of these issues are going to come up with the Cancer card. Also female issues, possibly feminine issues, as in the female body. So there could be changes going on there. And it could also be if you're a masculine, the feminine side of yourself, or you could have a feminine influence around you at this time, like a mother or a nurturing influence, or just a strong female presence in your life at the moment. They may need care and attention, or you may be influenced in some way. But it's also about feminine wisdom and almost like feminine magic. Everything to do with that is coming up with this card as well. It's a very nurturing card, but it's a lot to do with family and home, and nurturing yourself and nurturing others. Cookery may be coming up as well, to do with the health and just having a generally good healthy diet and so on. And because it's the first house and it's your body, all of that is coming in. So watch your diet, make sure that it's nurturing you and everything that you're trying to do now going forward. At the top you have Donna, High Priestess, coming in. So you have divine knowledge that can help others through your spiritual teaching. So what she's saying is that possibly you may be wanting to launch something at some point with your first house. So this is you putting yourself forward in some way. You may be a little bit shy with the Cancer card that can come in, where you may be a little bit reluctant to put yourself in the spotlight in some way. So you may be wanting to launch something. You have deep spiritual knowledge and wisdom which needs to be transmitted to others, and that can be through readings like this. It can be one-on-one, it can be interacting with other people. Just remember that every single person you meet, there is an exchange. You pick up things from them and they pick up things from you. So transmit this deep healing and wisdom that you have. This is something that you've earned over many, many, many lifetimes. It's deeply ingrained in you. And so you need to transmit that in some way. So whatever's the platform for you, whatever works for you, it can be in your work environment, or with this card you may want to do healing work, or some sort of transmission of divine knowledge. So this can be in the form of writing, or it can be in the form of actual courses, seminars, workshops. You may want to set up a practice in your home. You may want to sort of do online courses or do online readings like this. Set up a channel. There's a great many ways that you can use this knowledge, but it is something that is coming to the fore now. And you may be starting to notice that you're becoming much more intuitive. It is in your cards, it's in here as well. You may be noticing a great deal of changes within you. So certain abilities and talents may be starting to rise up within you now. And when that happens, then you've got a choice. You can either put it to work in your environment, or you can transmit it to others via whatever platform is going to work for you. But feeling shy and reluctant to be in the spotlight can be a Cancer thing. And you've got the Cancer card here. So your feelings and your intuitions and your instincts are going to be very important, but don't be afraid to put yourself forward, because this is the first house. It is all about you putting yourself forward, meeting the world in some way. and just allow this to drive you, that you have got divine knowledge, you have got spiritual gifts, and there's no finer time than now to be using this in the world. So just take this on board and use it as much as you can. Think of ways that you can just start one step at a time, start building things as you go along, and see how you can channel this energy that you are using at this time, which is inherent in you, your abilities, your talents, your spiritual knowledge, and so on. The next house of interest that's coming up is the 7th house. This is the house of partnerships. So this is close one-on-one personal relationships. It's normally a committed partnership, as in a marriage or a long-term commitment. It can also be a business partnership that's coming up for you, and the lower courts do sometimes come in with this 7th house as well. So all of those issues may be coming up for you. At the bottom, we've got the air element communicating card. So this is the card of communication, all forms. So written, verbal, even online communication. It's body language as well. And you've got the 1st house. So just be aware of your, as I said, your moods and your habits, because that may be having an effect on the 7th house with a partnership that you're involved in. So all forms of communication are hugely highlighted with this. So this can manifest in a couple of different ways. This can be you needing to communicate more with your partner, or you encouraging communication within your relationship, or you may need to be receptive to communication, because you do have a couple of cards here which are about receptivity as well. So you may need to be receptive to communication as well. So be open, be willing to mediate or to negotiate or to compromise, or whatever's going to work for you, and open the communication channels. This card is also about manifestation. So be very, very careful what you think and what you say, because your thoughts and your words are going to hold huge power, even more so now in the world at this time, with the changing of the times. It's hugely, hugely important, and you might notice actually that your manifestations are coming back to you very much quicker than before. So air element is everything to do with that. So be very, very careful what you think and what you say. Positive thoughts, positive words, and that is what you will attract back to you. It's also about air travel, possibly, and you've got the 9th house, which is about travel. So possibly a trip for you or your partner, or you as together as a couple may be coming in. Something that you need to do together. If you can travel, then certainly that it may be an option for you. But it also is about possibly taking trips to high places. So this can be like to a mountain retreat or something like that, just to get away and have a break. And the higher up you go, the closer you get to heaven. That has always been the thinking behind high places. You are away from earthly problems and distractions, and it gives you time to get perspective on things. So that may be possible for you as well. But certainly communication is very important. Be careful of gossip or any kind of news that you may hear about others. Be very wary about that. Always take the high road, especially if it's to do with your partner, the person that you are, or somebody that you are closely connected to, one-on-one relationship at this time. We've got white Taurus sensitivity at the top. So it's saying you are becoming increasingly sensitive. Avoid harsh relationships, environments, situations, and chemicals. So with the Dana High Priestess card coming in, and also Aphrodite, Inner Goddess, and you've got a couple of other cards here, all of these things are pointing to you going through an ascension process. And when that happens, you will automatically become incredibly sensitive to all kinds of things. We are all different. We're all built differently. So and we go through different things at different times. So you may be finding you're incredibly sensitive to a whole range of things. This can be to noisy environments, harsh relationships, very negative people, or very negative environments, or negative media, or just too much media. So switch off take a break and a retreat, which is what your Cancer card was saying as well, because it's very necessary for you to do that. Also to formulate, to dream, to rest, to sleep. All of those things are going to be important. It's also about chemicals, what you've got in your home. You know, go for more eco-friendly, environmentally friendly products. Clear out the harsh chemicals out of your home, so that you're not absorbing it, and from your, just the way you live your life. Change things now so that you're living in a more gentle, more nurturing environment. As I said, it can be applied across the board, but it can also be the environments that you're going into. So going into nature is always going to be helpful for you. And you've got the air element card, which is about mountainous places, maybe even long distance travel, but certainly mountainous places, or getting out into the fresh air, going up. All of that is going to help you to just get away from if you live in a city, there's a lot of noise and congestion, and you pick up a lot of information from other people as well. If you're empathetic, you'll be absorbing information from other people, and you may be feeling all kinds of things which are not actually your own. So take steps to sort of shield yourself from all these other emotions and things going on. And it could even be coming from your partner as well. They may be, or this person that you're closely related to, they may be going through certain things and you're actually absorbing it all. So be very, very careful that you take time to self-care and to retreat. And look after yourself, and by all means be there in compassionate ways for them, but you also need to look after yourself. You must come from a full cup, not an empty cup. So sensitivity, White Tara is saying that you do need to take steps at this time to shield yourself from any situation, any chemicals, any environments, too much media, too much of everything, too much rushing, eating badly, all of these. You need to take that into control and give yourself a break and time to heal or to replenish. That's going to help. Ultimately, that's going to help your relationship. I mean, it may also be you in your couple. As a couple, you and your partner may need to change the way you're doing things currently in order to enhance your relationship. Because it could also be with the air element coming, and you could be hearing too much, be involved in too much technology and media, and it's just causing total overwhelm for you. So switch off, find other ways to relax and enjoy yourselves, do other interests, and just switch off, just detach from too much technology, too much media, which could be very well affecting your relationship at this time. So just be aware of that as well. Here we have 9th house, faith. 9th house is the house, as I said, the house of international travel, but all things foreign as well. Anything foreign. This can be you going online to start an online business, or holding courses for people. You've already got Dana High Priestess here. So this is about reaching out to others, transmitting your knowledge, and this could be via the internet, so online in some way. It could also be publishing. It could also be promotional work, teaching. It also covers it can also cover, like, if you're in public relations, that sort of work, or that sort of line of work, or you may have to do that in order to get your knowledge out in some way. So it covers all of that. It's also about your philosophy, your religion, and your belief system. So all of that is caught up in this, and this is where the faith comes in. So whatever your faith is, it's a highlight for you this month. And things may be changing for you with the solar eclipse card coming in. Certainly that is going to be a situation for you. Some major shift is going on in this house. It can also be the house of higher education and study, learning, adult education. So this is like university level education. So you may need to be doing that, or you may be wanting to study further in some way. All of that is going to be very important for you at this time. So this is also the house of intuition. So you've got Dana High Priestess coming in here for you about your divine knowledge that you're going to be using from now on. You've got the Cancer card, which is everything to do with intuition and instincts. You've got sensitivity, which is White Tara, which is when you become more intuitive and more in tune with the universe. and you start receiving downloads, you're on the ascension path, you automatically become more sensitive and your intuition rises exponentially. So all of this is coming in for the 9th house. So I do feel that there's a very, very strong emphasis this month on harnessing these new abilities of yours, or abilities that you've had all this time and you haven't really focused on them or had the time to focus on them. So now is the time, and it's all about that. It's the transmission of that and the focusing of that, and honing those skills for yourself at this time. So the house of intuition. This card is also about the house of law. So this can be everything to do with the law, prophecy even, but also all legal situations and the higher courts. So you may be having something coming in for you to do with that. It could even be relationship based. So just see how that plays out for you. But certainly there's a solar eclipse revolution coming in for you. So this card is saying that some kind of major change of direction, life path, it could even be a relocation, change of job, change of emphasis, change of interest, but a massive, massive change is coming in for you. Solar eclipse revolution, there's no getting away from it. It will cause quite an upheaval, but it's your attitude towards things that is going to determine the course of that upheaval. So it's, all of this is saying to you, your intuition, your higher self is greatly highlighted at this time. So whatever is coming up for you, dive in. Because the changes are there for you, and if you resist, then it's going to make it much harder for you. So some sort of shift, it could be a relocation for you, it could be international at this time, but certainly long distance is in there, so some sort of relocation, but it could be very quick, it could be overnight or very sudden coming in for you. As I said, it could be a life path change or a change of direction. So this could be career. Perhaps you have been already in a career which is 9th house related, or you may be shifting your interests now to the more intuitive, divine knowledge side, and you're shifting your focus. You're now having to study. But some kind of trigger is going to come in to actually shift this big time for you, so that you won't be able to escape it. You won't be able to hide from it. It's really going to come for you now in very, very strongly. And whatever is unfolding for you is going to assist you to move forward on this path, whatever is the path that is opening up for you now. So this is doors opening for you, but it may feel like really rapid and a bit of a jolt, when it initially comes in, or it could be just an amazing shift which you've wanted and is now coming in for you, but it's coming in and it's going to create waves. It's definitely going to create waves for you, but it could also be about self-mastery, and that is where the philosophy and the religion and your belief systems come in. It could be a shift in that as well. What you have believed in the past is now changing, and you're now going in a completely different direction, or you are learning, going to a university or doing a course of some kind to hone certain knowledge that you have, which is now bubbling up. But whatever it is, it's a big change, and it's a big a big shift for you. It could also be, as I said, change of home, but some sort of circumstance. It could be relationship based, some sort of shift or circumstance. Perhaps your partner is getting relocated and you are now having to change where you're going as well. So there's a great many ways this can play out, but it is about self-mastery. It's about going with these changes, and it's a big shift. It's really a big shift coming in for you. So literally one chapter closes and the new one opens up for you. It could even be some kind of epiphany, perhaps a realization. You may also get the chance to fix or change or create something. So to go in and adapt something that you've already been doing to make it better, or to change the direction that it's heading in. So you may, as I said, already have been in the publishing field, or you may already been doing intuitive work, and now something is going to come in to shift and sort of reformulate that, if I can put it that way. At the top you have Aphrodite, inner goddess. So this is awaken the goddess within you through dance, self-care, and appreciating your divinity. So this can be the rise of the feminine side. So this can be the rise of the divine feminine. So you could be following a twin flame path, or whatever it is that you understand as being the divine feminine. So it could be everything to do with that, and perhaps you're studying more about this, your divinity, the goddess, or the goddess law, and all the goddess skills. Perhaps you've sort of come across a course or something that you would like to do. You would like to hone your skills in some way, and it involves the goddess. It involves natural care and care for yourself and honoring your body and your skills. Very, very important, Aphrodite. So it's very important to look after the inside, because then the outside will automatically be shifting. You've got the first house as well. So, so it's saying whatever's going on inside is going to be reflecting outside as well. But certainly self-care. You may also be wanting to help others with their self-care, or write about it, or blog about it, or publish something about it. Or you may be learning more about it as well. All of these aspects may be coming in for you at this time. But I do feel also that with the air element card and the solar eclipse revolution card coming in, whatever this shift is, whatever this change is that's coming in for you, technology is going to come in as well. But it may be that because of all the shifts and changes and everything that's going on, and if there's a relocation, certainly that is the case, you may need to just take time out. And you've got the Cancer card, you've got the first house card as well. You may need to take time out just to reorientate yourself, to go within, to nurture yourself, because it could be very stressful. You could be, with all the changes going on and shifting and going through some kind of metamorphosis here, or changing direction. There's going to be a great deal to be done. And you may just be feeling that you need to, to take time out. And that's going to help you to make this shift, to make these changes, to tackle whatever is coming in for you. It could also be, as I said, to do with a legal issue. You may be having some sort of shift or change, and you need to focus on self-care in order to support yourself through any changes that may be going on at this time. The bottom of the goddess deck was Diana, focused intention. So I feel this is related to this change of direction that you're going in, but also to do with your transmission of your divine knowledge. So keep your unwavering thoughts, feelings, and actions focused on your target, and you will make your mark. So this is about not allowing negativity and harsh conditions, and negative surroundings, noisy environments, harsh relationships. Don't allow anything to distract you from what it is that you're trying to do. So keep on course. Set your, pull back your bow, focus on your target, and do everything you can to stay on that target. And ask Diana to assist you with that. She will help focus your intention. It's through this focused intention that you will achieve what it is you need to achieve, and whether that's a new course you want to set up, or a course of study that you want to do, or a relocation, whatever is coming up for you. Don't allow yourself to be dragged down by naysayers or skeptics or negative input from other people, or just negativity in general. And remember what I said about the air element. Your words and your thoughts must be positive at this time, because that is going to help you manifest exactly what you want. You want to draw positive manifestations to you, and this is what Diana is saying. Don't allow distractions or negativity or any of these other things to distract you from your path. Set your intention, draw back your bow, and when you're ready, let the power of that bow go and take you to your target. The bottom of the astrological deck is void of course, moon missing. So this card is all about things are not quite as they seem. So sometime during the course of perhaps this month that's unfolding, something is going to, you may go through a patch where things are not quite as they seem, and that it's best to just take your time, retreat, which is what the Cancer card was saying, retreat, to dream, rest, sleep, and also focus on developing your psychic powers and your any kind of your intuitive abilities and so on. So it's a pause period. That is what this is saying. So somewhere during the course of this month, there's going to come a time where it's not going to be optimal for you to be launching something at this time. So during that period, it shouldn't be longer than a few days or maybe a week, but the energies are sort of in a pause period. When the moon is changing between signs, it goes through a sort of a shadow period where there's no movement, there's nothing happening. And so that is the time to pause and go within. And it's not a time to be launching anything. It's not a time to be sort of making big strides in any direction. It is a time for rest and dreaming and planning and focusing and sort of going within and focusing on your own inherent abilities, which you are trying to manifest here and which you're trying to focus now into your new direction in life, or to the courses you want to do, or to approach your own healing and so on. And it's really is a wonderful time for that. It's a great time to be focusing on plans and dreams, but not yet to be taking action. So somewhere during the course of this period, wait until the energies have shifted, and I'm sure you will notice when it's time to move forward. But there will be a time for dream and introspection, and that is going to help you to move forward. So take no strong action or start anything new or make any launches while this energy is in play. It's also, if it's regarding a marriage, which 7th house can be related to marriage, as I said, the house of communication, you've got the air element coming in there, communication and sensitivity. There may be something going on which you just need to wait a little bit. While the void of course moon is in action, is in that period, it's not a time for action. So not a time to be getting married or setting strong actions in motion. It's a time for resting and dreaming and planning, because things are not what they seem. So just wait until that period has passed. Do your dreaming, do your planning, do your inner work, and then wait till the energies have shifted, and then you can move forward once this has passed. And then let's just do a destiny card for you. Leadership. Okay, so I feel this is to do with your change of direction here. It also can be relationship based, and it can also be to do with putting yourself out there, to do with transmission of this divine knowledge which you are trying to do. So leadership, it's saying to you that in some way, in any one of these areas, or maybe all three, you are going to have to take leadership in some way. So whether it's transmission of your knowledge through leading the way with a course or a seminar or a book, or an action, or some kind of particular regime that you want to initiate for yourself to enhance your knowledge and understanding. And it could be in relationship as well, where you need to be the one that's going to set the tone from a communication point of view and from a manifestation point of view. Clean up your environment, get rid of toxic things, people, or environments. And it could also, as I say, coming in with the solar eclipse, your 9th house, take leadership in something that you want to do. A change of life, course, direction in life, going overseas or relocation, whatever it is that you're going to be taking a leadership role in this. And this is where Diana focused intention comes in. If you are asked to do that in whatever's playing out for you, pull back your bow, set your target, and take this on board, that you are going to be taking leadership in your life, possibly leadership in your relationship, and certainly leadership with your intentions and your physical body, and how you're going to be moving forward now from this time forward. Okay, Aries, hope you enjoyed that. Please take care, and I will see you next time.